My name is Andy Shaw, and I'm the CEO of Cypress Valley Meat Company and Natural State Processing. So we started in 2010 in my hometown of Bologna, Arkansas, as a seasonal deer processor, and we've expanded to 4 locations. We have a federally inspected large animal facility in Pottsville. We have 2 facilities in the foothills of the Ozarks in Clinton, Arkansas, Natural State Processing, and that's our federally inspected pasture-raised poultry facility. And then we also have Cypress Valley Meat Company with a large animal custom facility just north of town. And we also have a partnership with 5R Meats in Mount Vernon, which is in central Arkansas, just north of Little Rock, and it's also a custom plant. As far as the customer base that we service, it's primarily Arkansas and the bordering states. So we do have some coming from southern Missouri and Tennessee, Oklahoma, Texas, and a very few out of Louisiana. In September 2016, we partnered with Grassroots Farmers Cooperative and formed a poultry processing plant in Clinton, Arkansas, Natural State Processing. Grassroots was looking to expand and grow their business, but they were having trouble finding a slaughter and harvesting facility that would be able to grow with them. On the Cypress Valley side, we were wanting to grow our businesses. We were wanting to professionalize our staff and try to get to the next level in processing. And we weren't a sales company, we're a services company. So we needed the farmers to grow their markets to be able to do that. So for us, in partnership with Grassroots was ideal because they were wanting to scale their business and we were wanting to scale ours. And we weren't trying to be in the space of each other. So our partnership with 5R Meats, we started talking early in 2020. Jennifer and Robbie Raby were building a facility in Mount Vernon, and it was a new facility. They were getting ready to open. This was pre-COVID. We were able to talk to them about, hey, here's some of the things that we could offer you guys in terms of helping out with staffing, helping out with a customer base. We would bring, a certain book of business. It would help us tremendously to address our backlog and to be able to better service the farmer. And so we just sit down and hashed out the details and thought it would be a really good mutual beneficial relationship for both parties. And so far it is worked out just like that. The reason why we decided to go with multiple facilities is because there were some opportunities. There was people that were looking to retire or sell. There was some good value in the facility. And so we were just looking from an economic standpoint, was it more beneficial for us to expand on our current facility, or is it more beneficial for us to purchase or lease an existing facility? And a lot of times the value is in the existing facility. That wasn't naturally our plan out of the gate, but we've adapted to that, and that's kind of become the model that we've used as of late to be able to do a couple of things. One, to expand at a lower cost, and then number two is to be able to get closer to a customer base and keep maybe a plant from going out of business. So our business is an LLC. We are owned by myself and Heifer International and Grassroots, and we have a great partnership there. So Heifer International is a global nonprofit that's based here in Arkansas. They're very committed to helping farmers and helping them have access to processing, and they're helping to establish markets. But they're also, very committed to the processing side of the employees having an equity stake in the business. So we are working on an employee ownership model, and that's something that we've been very, very passionate about from the beginning. Our organizational structure, we have a COO, a CEO, a CFO. We tried to professionalize that and have a suite of services for each location, but we have a plant manager that's at each location, and we have a very skilled crew that operates at each one of our facilities. So what we've tried to do is form something kind of unique in that we've been able to keep the skill sets of highly trained butchers in-house, but then we've also tried to professionalize the staff through financials and operations and systems, and to be able to offer things that typically a small processor may not have. And I think it's worked really well for our ecosystem, and it's helped us to grow and expand and be able to explore new opportunities. What we want to do is just be that processing arm for the farmer. And so they bring in live animals. We harvest multiple species. We do bison, we do cattle, we do pork, we do lamb, we do goat, we do chickens, we do turkeys, and we bring those into our facilities, and then we try to get those packages back to the customer in a way that is the best for them to be able to get into their markets and to sell to their customers. And it's also about servicing rural farmers and producers throughout Arkansas and surrounding states. We want to be able to provide a livelihood to them, and we also want to be able to offer processing services for farmers around the state and, again, surrounding states to be able to get their product to market. And currently we process for over 930 farmers in the region. We have a really, really wide variety of farmers that we process for. So we have people that come to us that are going to raise an animal, and they do that every other year, and they're raising one hog or one beef. We have another level of customer that is bringing maybe one in a month, and they're going to a farmer's market or a river's market. And we have customers that bringing in multiple a month that are going and selling the half of a carcass or the whole carcass to their neighbors, right? And they're doing that on a regular basis. We have people that are going into e-commerce channels. We have people that are raising animals that are going into distribution channels to go into food service, or some go directly to food service and directly service the restaurants. And so we've kind of got a variety of customers that we process for, everybody from the ones that are filling their freezers to the people that are going out and trying to scale it up and go into direct to consumer markets. And we take both of those customers extremely seriously. We have a few small contracts that we have doing some private label or making some sausage products, but it's a very small percentage of our business. The majority of our business is to just help our farmers and our producers succeed. We're looking at some investments on the value add side to doing more, particularly fully cooked and smoked meat products under inspection. And I think that that's important to us because it's important to the farmers and our customers that are coming in and needing that to get more of a premium, and so that they're able to not only attract new customers and keep them engaged, but also so that they're able to hopefully make a little bit more per animal and increase their profitability to make it sustainable for them. And I think that's key for us to be able to help them identify the type of products that they need and what's most important to their customers. Customers call us and call the facility. They're looking for certain things. And so what we do is we connect them with the farmer. So if they're calling us and they're asking for something that's organic or something that's grass-fed or all natural or non-GMO, whatever their request may be, then we try to link them up with the farmer that provides that. And we try to do it in a way that's fair to all the farmers that have that product. And we try to work it in a way that we give leads to them and put it out in ways that it's beneficial for both the end user that's calling us and the farmer. Early on, we were buying the animals and we were trying to buy from the farmer, and then we would make a markup on that, and then we would sell to the end user. What we decided that we would do was we would just kind of close that gap, and we would just make that connection, and that way the farmer was able to make more margin, and then we lost a little margin, but what we did hopefully is gained a lifelong customer. What we've seen due to COVID is there's been a heightened awareness to local farmers and clean proteins and pasture raised and all natural products. And I think that we've also seen some of our customers that we process for that grassroots and a variety of other customers that have done really well on e-commerce. And I think that there was some barriers there of people that weren't comfortable with buying products over e-commerce. And now that they've brought some product and got it in and had a wonderful experience with it, I think that that's going to lead to more sales. And I think that it's really accelerated the industry by 5 to 10 years. One of the biggest challenges that I think that the industry is faced with is a workforce. We've went out and we've tried to hire skilled meat cutters and develop them into being really, really strong retail meat cutters. So if we've had people that have come from retail backgrounds like some conventional grocery stores and develop them into meat cutters so they know what it's supposed to look like on the shelf at the retail level. And so I think that's helped us to get in the right type of meat cutters to be able to get the farmers and the producers, our customers' product to their customers in a way that's presentable, in a way that they're accustomed to seeing, and that can make them successful. I'll give you an example. At Natural State Processing, where we do our poultry processing, the first year in 2016, we had 12 people, and now we have 60. And so we've scaled up pretty quickly. And so we wanted to find people that had been in the industry, people that had a background in not only poultry processing, but they understood food safety. And we wanted those type of people. And then we found out very quickly that there's not that many people that's on the market that want to come into this industry. What we decided that we had to do is develop people that were wanting to advance their careers. They wanted to come in and learn on the ground floor of a company that was growing. We learned that we had to get really good at training people and get really good at putting some systems in place to be able to get those people up to speed while simultaneously keeping up quality and production. Our training process varies from position to position. And so if we have somebody that's coming into a QA role or something to do with food safety, then we're going to send them out to a university or a HACCP program to get trained. That's very important. We're going to rely on some industry experts to help out and connect them with a mentor, both externally and then internally in our business. If it's a meat cutting position, we have a lot of skilled meat cutters, and we do things a specific way. So we found that the best success there is to train all those internally, and we try to just give them a lot of attention and one-on-one time, and just make sure the biggest thing is that we're providing an environment that they're willing to step up and learn. They're not afraid to ask questions, and we're also providing opportunities where we want to hire from within. And what that does is when people come into our company, there's stories that they can see, we can immediately point to of them moving up. And so from there, they can get excited about, well, if I come in and I learn this and I ask the right questions and I do the right things, there's opportunity here for me to advance. I love to talk about our culture. We have an incredible team, and we've got people that's been with us since very early on in the first couple of years and have stuck with us. And we've got people that I've worked with in the past that's joined the team, and we're very, very big on culture, big on a family atmosphere, and having our guys bought into what we do. And they take a lot of pride in the product that they put out. They take pride in working in an environment where everybody gets along and they enjoy it. And we share the vision with them. We have meetings and communicate with them. We share financial results with them. We want them to be very involved in the decision making, and I think that we're not where we want to be as a company in terms of someday what we'd like to pay and the benefits package that we'd like to have. We're not there yet, but they see the vision and they see the milestones that we've accomplished, and when they see that when we've done these things, we've shared in that with them. And so I think that that's really contributed to our low turnover rates and the employee engagement that we have. There's never been a time, maybe in history, that a small processor has been highlighted like it is right now. We see, both state and federal level, there's grant funding, and there is just awareness that's never been there before. And I think that it's up to us as processors to make sure we capture this opportunity, that we're ambassadors for our brand and for our sector of what we're doing. And I think that we have to be really careful about not diluting that or not allowing ourselves to let go of the quality and the connections with the customer service that's got us to where we're at. I think the one piece of information that I would have liked to have had before I started in 2010 was just to fully understand all the barriers to entry that's in this industry. I think that I would have had a more developed plan, and I would like to have had a better sense of the capital needed to really succeed in this industry, because the equipment's expensive, the regulatory side of things gets really expensive, the expansion when you go to fit or upgrade your facility, that gets really expensive. So there's nothing in this industry that's cheap. And I think that, having a real solid capital plan for that and looking at that and planning out 5 and 10 years more specifically, we had more generic goals and we had more just general ambitions that we wanted to do, but really having a detailed plan to know where we wanted to go and see what it was going to take to get there. And I think that would have shaped our decision making in a different way, because there's just a lot of barriers to entry in this industry that make it hard to scale in a timely manner. And I think that that's why that you see people that find a really solid business model stay with it and not disrupt that and not expand in big ways, because the ROI is, it's a long time.